Hey, what's going on, guys? Beeflatin here with a brand new video today. Today we're going to be talking about a demo that I am currently playing called Portal Fantasy. It is a RPG and creature capture that mixes in a ton of genres and has a bunch of features from other games kind of convoluted into one. It kind of looks like Stardew and Sunhaven if you've played those styles of games. Character creator and artwork is kind of similar. It has a little bit of features of Temtem, has a little bit of features of Pokemon, and old school Final Fantasy and Legend of Zelda regarding the puzzles and even the battle system. We'll talk a little bit about that later on, though. But just to get into it, Portal Fantasy is currently in its demo phase right now on Steam with a early launch of early 2025 for its non-demo release. I haven't played too much. I've played enough to understand mechanics and the basics so far, but this is what I have learned, and this is my review for it. There are similar things that you have seen in other creature capture games, such as starters and, you know, a travel system, but let's go ahead and overview that a little bit, shall we? So I have a few portables, they're called. This is one of the starters, Charpup. And these are a few that I have captured along the way, like Lizard and Rocco Gaia. I hope I said that correctly. Toad Shroom looks pretty cool. I just got Boa Blaze. He looks pretty cool. But these are just some of the portables that I have encountered so far. The starters look really cool. The thing that also kind of sets us apart is us as a Tamer. I don't really know what to call ourselves. The hero is what I've seen a lot, so we'll call ourselves the hero. We can equip stuff to the hero, and it also helps us out. We can also get hero skills, so I chose Taxonomist. You could choose other skills based on what you prefer, but I wanted to have the higher chance to increased chance to find uncommon and rare portables by 2% per sigil ring. So this does look upgradable. I don't know what these boxes are for, but maybe it's more sigil ranks into the skill that I have chosen. There are quite a lot of other skills that you could choose from. I never counted, but I believe it's around 10. So a good variety if you want to take a look at that. The damage that we take also affect our portables as well. So portable damage is shared amongst each other to increase the challenge a little bit, but also damage that we take is also passed over to our portables. As you can see that there is only a 3-party size, which is something else that is different instead of the normal 6 that you've probably had in other creature capture games. And you can switch them out whenever you are in the main town. So if you're going to an area that has a lot of grass, or in this Gaia, then you're going to want to stack your team with a bunch of fire. With the weaknesses and resistances that are pretty well the same. There's light, dark, Gaia, electric, water, grass, fire, from what I've seen so far. There might be more. Actually, it is right here. Gaia, dark, light, fire, water, lightning. I'm not sure if there's any plans for different types, but for a demo, that's a pretty good healthy amount right there. I talked about travel earlier. Travel is something that is talked about very early on and very quickly. Being Portal Fantasy, we use a portal to travel around everywhere to get to different locations. Right now I have the Underpine and Desert unlocked. You can actually see what portals spawn there and how many different types will spawn there. So I've seen only 3 in the desert, and I've seen 5 in the Underpine. I'm missing 1 here, and I'm missing a couple here. Looks like there's a bunch of other locations that I still have not seen yet, which tells me that this is a pretty expansive demo. Might be able to plug away a good double-digit hours into this before the main game comes over. I'm not sure if anything passes over from the demo to the main game. I'm in the process of finding that information out, and when I do, I will update it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about another thing that is unique to this. Let's go ahead and get into an encounter in the wild, and we will see what that screen kind of looks like. So this is what a battle screen encounter will look like. We get to see our portables, our entire team next to us. We could swap out at will if we want. To my knowledge, I can only swap out with the one that is directly behind me, so your lineup actually does matter quite a bit. You can see turn order up here. We go first, and then the toad goes, and then it goes back and forth. There is a defend button, so you can take less damage. If you press spacebar, that's just your basic attack. And later on, when you gain, I guess, mana, we'll call it, you get to use things like special abilities. I've unlocked Firestar and Fireball so far. You can flee the fight, and you can also enter a new mechanic called Reckless Mode. Whenever you unlock Reckless Mode, you do more damage, but you take more damage. So if you want to try to quicken a fight a little bit more and have some expendable HP, or if you're confident that you're going to be going first, go into Reckless Mode, end the fight a little bit earlier. Also, you have a tool belt. The tool belt is going to be equipped items that you find along your way, but you can only have 5 set. So if you want to capture something, you're going to use your scrolls, which is like the Pokeballs of this game. You're going to use those scrolls to capture. I don't have any right now because I've been capturing a lot. There are bombs to do damage to the portables. There are types of potions that you can use. One of the hero skills is actually you get another bag slot, so you can have 6 instead of 5, which is actually pretty good. But I'll show you some animations for what this looks like. We'll bump into each other a couple of times. Now, every single portable will have their own ability as well. So this one's ability is it poisons. So at the start of our turn, we get poisoned. And Charpups, I believe, is we can enter Reckless Mode a lot faster than others. You can see your status effects underneath your portable's bar here, along with HP and mana count, which we can use a Fireball now. This is what a Fireball is going to look like. Fireball's kind of cool because if you fight a trainer, that has multiple portables with them, Fireball can actually do damage to all the portables in the back line too. It'll be reduced damage, but it'll still be a little bit of chip damage for them as well. So that's pretty cool. These fountains are kind of like your healing stations, so if you're getting a little bit low in your training, or if you're trying to capture something, you can definitely heal up there. There are side quests, so if you can see the yellow exclamation marks, I did a side quest for this person to capture this thing for them. There are stuff in the overworld where you can look in bushes to try to get items. There are puzzles as well, kind of like classic Legend of Zelda. I could show you a little bit about that now. Let's go to the Underpine really quick, and I can show you what a puzzle looks like. There are levers, gates, keys, boxes to pull and push. So as you can see here, we can go ahead and grab this, and we can pull it, push it. It'll move things around the world. What it unlocks is recipes. Recipes will allow you to get items or skills or whatever the recipe calls for. Those are very helpful. Make sure to look for those everywhere. Chests, obvious, very self-explanatory, very helpful. But that is a basic of everything. E is going to be your interact key, so you can interact with everything. But the last couple of things I want to talk about mechanic-wise is evolutions. I haven't got to the point of evolutions yet, but I have seen enough where I can talk about it. The evolution system looks way different than it is in other creature capture style games. So how an evolution, to my knowledge, works is you combine items and also have to have certain majesty points for your portable, along with unlocking it in the story to evolve them. Now you want to add, I believe I saw someone add 6 like crystal item things, and you can also add in bonuses as well. Think of like Diablo, where you're jewel slotting things into your armor, where you get like additional effects like HP, defense, things like that. So you can do that in evolution from what I've seen. And it'll slightly change the form of your portable. based on what you are doing with your item slotting. It doesn't change the name, like, you know, you go from Charmander to Charmeleon. It doesn't change the name of the portable. It's going to change their look significantly. It's going to change their stats. And I believe you can unslot things as well, but I'm going to have to unlock it to fully confirm that. That's just what I've seen so far. And finally, there's something called the deep sleep mechanic. Now, whenever you have a portable faint, let's say if I go into a battle and Charpup faints. Now, Charpup is going to go into a state of deep sleep. Deep sleep is the version of fainting in this game that you cannot revive them with the fountains over here. The fountains will not revive them. You will have to either wait out a timer, or you will have to use an awakening potion to awaken them out of their deep sleep state. Now, I don't know how rare awakening potions are, if they're purchasable or not. I haven't sought them out, but I did do a little bit of testing with deep sleep, and the timer that's underneath does actually work when you're offline. So if you've played Temtem before, if you put an egg into your inventory and you logged off for half an hour or whatever and logged back in, that egg would hatch. The same thing with deep sleep. If it's off for 10 minutes, you can log out, log back in, and that 10-minute timer, if you pass 10 real minutes, it will revive your portable, so you don't have to worry about that. Additionally, you can just swap them in and out if you want to, if you don't want to wait. So that's a pretty cool mechanic. Now, I want to talk about pros and cons really quickly, just to summarize what we've talked about just now. The video is running kind of long already, so I want to shorten it up a little bit. Some pros: music is insane. I love the battle music. I love the standby music. The art style is really cool. I like pixel-styled artwork. It's really, really neat and unique. Evolution is different. I like it. Deep sleep timer while offline, we talked about that already, but it is a very good thing to do, where if you're going to have something timer related, that it works while offline as well. And the 3-party size and puzzles, I think, is a unique take as well, because we're always used to either 5 or 6 party members, and puzzles of the like old school Legend of Zelda or even Pitfall, because there are some jumping mechanics as well. I find it's a pretty different twist as well. Some cons. The thing that I don't overly like is it might be always online. I do not have a confirmation on that. If I do, I will let you know, but I'm not the biggest fan of always online games, even if there are some benefits to them. And the other one is that it has a massive mix of genres and games that might get Portal Fantasy lost in translation to the other games that I've mentioned already. I'm really hoping to see something step up a little bit more, maybe tap into the things that are new, like the deep sleep mechanic, like the evolutions. If you tap into more unique things like that, it'll set it apart in the genre that it's trying to be, especially when you're wanting to be in the indie style. You want someone to take a look and be like, this is what they did very well. And I think that's a con that can definitely be turned into a big pro. So definitely got to look out for that when the game releases. There is a planned release for early 2025. There is a roadmap that is launched and is currently in progress. There are events that have happened for pets around Halloween time. I believe they did one. Unfortunately, I missed it. But if the devs are watching this right now, I would 1000% be okay with receiving said pet, because I really want it. But we'll talk about the roadmap in another video, because this is already going pretty long, and a roadmap it would take quite some time, so we'll cover that in another video. Quickly, things I'd like to see that I have not encountered yet or may not be in the game at all. Shinies. I think there's always a community for shiny hunting, and I think that'll really increase the popularity for streaming or YouTube videos, is the community behind shiny hunting. Co-op and PvP, I have seen that there are plans for that. I am going to mention that just because it isn't in there yet, and this is a want. 2v2 and 3v3 fights, if you're going to have all your portables into one battle screen, you might as well have them all fight at once and have a rotation. Additionally, since we can customize our hero and character, I'd actually like to see the hero get involved a little bit. Maybe we can equip armor. Maybe we can fight other NPCs. Maybe we can attack or defend our said portables. Maybe get the hero involved a little bit and tap into that Final Fantasy aspect a little bit more. I think that'd be kind of cool. Gym leader badge E4 system, I think it's just a winning formula, and I think that'd be kind of cool to see in its own style, of course. Maybe we have to unlock like keys to unlock certain portals, and maybe there's like portal guardians or something that we have to take down, and that's our quote-unquote badges. I don't know. They've probably figured out the story already, but I think that'd be kind of cool. An evil team, like a Team Rocket, I think that'd be kind of cool for just conflict. Conflicts and stories are always going to make for a good story. Mini games, even a TCG would be pretty cool if that's ever on the chopping block. Mini games or TCG, always fun. And of course, I mentioned the offline mode. Offline mode, I think, is very key to have, because you are throwing your net out to another whole entire community right there that just don't like always online games, or maybe have bad internet connections, things like that. But anyways, what would you guys like to see in a future video for Portal Fantasy? And additionally, what would you like to see in the game for Portal Fantasy? I will be doing my best to cover more as the time progresses. This is my time for now. I will see you guys in the next video. Right now, as I stand in the review, I've been returning to Portal Fantasy every day since I've tried it. So right now, I would give the demo a solid, let's go 7.5, 7 out of 10. I haven't seen a lot yet, so this score may fluctuate, but it's getting me to return, which is important, and it's making me curious for more, and I'm sort of hatching ideas for more things as well, so that's always a positive. Go ahead and give it a wish list as well on Steam and try out the demo for yourselves. It is out right now. Feel free to try it out before the game officially launches. Portal Fantasy, I will see you guys in the next video. My name is BeFlattened, and I'm signing on out of here. Take care all. Laters.